If you're in Seattle, and you need to buy or sell a home, we'll be right there for you. Because we're the realtors that you can trust. So go to ronanddonsitdown.com.
You're listening to The Ron and Don Show on the Ron and Don Radio Network.
Hey, you guys, what's going on? And welcome to another edition of the Ron and Don Show. And we are back in the Les Schwab studio.
What is up, Ron and Don Nation?
Hey, coming up on the Ron and Don Show, we're going to talk about airport lounges. We're also going to talk about some things we've been reading and listening to. And I may have an update on the real Brady Bros. Who knows? And also our memories that we're having right now. Can you have memories from the future? That's kind of an interesting story, wasn't it? Yeah. Before we get to that, though, let's get to this. Story number one in Ron and Don's Top 5 at 5.
Ron and Don's Top 5 at 5. 5, 3, 2.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Story number one is about me, okay? And I went to a football game the other day, and when I used to go to football games, I used to drink a lot when I would go to football games. And the thing that you notice is I had this connection between drinking and football, and which can be a problem because on Saturdays you go tailgate at like a Husky game. And you're drinking and playing beer pong all day.
Well,
at least I was.
You have high school football on Friday night,
yes.
College football on Saturday night, NFL on Sunday night,
yes.
Monday night, and then Thursday night.
Then they had Thursday night.
Right, so there's only Tuesday and Wednesday where you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, so the feeling was through therapy, it's like, boy, I'm not an alcoholic, but boy, do I have a real connection with drinking and football. And what's very interesting, a lot of my friends don't like when you just think sometimes everyone drinks and they don't. Like a lot of my friends just don't. So it was interesting. I went for a couple of years, I have tickets with my friend George. We have season tickets. For a couple of years, I stopped going to Seahawks games. And I've been going to Seahawks games here for 23 years, sitting in the same seats, George and I. My son has grown up in those seats. When he was a baby, he had on you ever see the kids with the big earmuffs on?
George seems like a fun guy to go to a game with.
Great to go to a game with, and then sometimes he'll go with some of his family members. I'll go. We have these two seats. We sit in this section, and so I would drink when I go to the games, tailgate, I would do all that stuff. So I don't do that anymore. Like when I go to the games, I went with my friend Joe, and I drink water while I'm at the game. It's kind of interesting because I sit in the section that is behind, it's section 110. I sit behind the visitors bench, and what a lot of guys did and gals and businesses did behind the visitors bench, when you could buy up, you have to have a seat license, and you have to pay for their seat license to sit in these seats every year, and then you get the tickets at face value. You're going to sit in these seats with Michael coming up. We're going to go to Thursday Night Football together to see the Rams, and then I'm going to sit in some other seats with some other friends. But anyway, you sit in these seats. And it's pretty cool because you're in row I, so you're just a couple rows back. And what Seahawks fans do sometimes that sit in that area, they might own 2 seats, but then there might be a business that bought up 10 seats because they want to be able to give those to clients. And every once in a while, what they'll do is they'll say, you know what? Niner fans are coming to town. They'll pay a lot for these seats. If the face on the seat is $300 or $310, I bet I can get $1,000 for the seat. The year they were making their Super Bowl run, like when the Dallas Cowboys would come, you get thousands of dollars for one seat. For just one seat. And so a lot of people, they take the money and they're like, I'm not going to give this to a client. I'm going to take the money. So what happens is in this section, when you go and sit there, some of the people around me are the same, but the folks that sit right in front of me, it's always different.
Okay.
It's always fans from somewhere else. So anyway, these fans come in and they're Minnesota fans, and I'm sitting there with my friend Joe. He, by the way, went and got a Kid Valley. I paid for the tickets. He said, hey, I'll get you a hamburger. And this is a side note. This is not even the issue that I'm having. So he runs up, he gets us a hamburger. I'm waiting over by the I'm like, this is nice that he got us a hamburger. $17 or $25, whatever it is. I'm waiting over by the condiment cart because I like to have some relish on my burger. I would like some
relish
ketchup
on your hamburger?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, it's not weird because they have relish there. What do you think the relish is for?
Well,
it's not for
hot dogs.
It's not for the pizza,
It's
Ron.
hot dogs.
Yeah, is that what it's for?
Yes.
Yeah, it could be. So anyway, I'm over there. I'm gonna put some relish, some ketchup, some mustard. He never shows up. And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
Go back to the seats?
I think he's in the bathroom. I'm like, that would be weird that he ran into the bathroom
After we getting the burgers.
with the burger bag. You don't do that. You don't go into the bathroom with food that I'm going to be eating.
Maybe he
home
does.
slice. Maybe you do. So I'm waiting. The game starts. I hear all this yelling, screaming, and then I get a text from him, and he's like, "Hey, where you at?" And I'm like, I am up waiting to put relish on my hamburger. Where are you at?" He goes, "Well, I'm down in the seats."
Yeah, that's what I thought you was going to do.
I'm like, "Well, I'm over by the condiment cart." He goes, "Oh, forgot about it. Forgot
about what? Condiments or the burgers?
The condiments. He has the burgers. He's in the seat. He's already consuming his burger. He's down there watching the game. What?
Sounds like he forgot about Don. Is what he forgot.
I'm.
Don't they have the little
So
plastic cups?
So no, they don't, Ron. They don't have the little plastic. So and I've been doing this 23 years now. Everybody knows after you get a Kid Valley burger, every game I get a Kid Valley burger, a cheeseburger. And everyone knows you go to the comment. So I'm standing.
Hold on. I need to do hold on. I need to do a sidebar on your sidebar.
Are you stopping the show?
No, I'm doing a double sidebar.
Okay.
I don't think it's true that you never eat burgers. Because when we went to get a smash burger, you're like, "Oh, I never have smash burgers." Now I'm finding out we get a Kid Valley every home game.
Every home game.
That's 8 burgers in 16 weeks.
Sometimes I'll have 2.
So that's 16 burgers in 16 weeks.
But I walk all the way home. I need those.
But
I need those burgers.
You claimed I never have a burger.
I probably did.
I
said smash burger. I was very particular.
No.
I said I never. Matt, you were there when you were having smash burgers. I said I never have a smash burger.
Up until recently, where was the smash food truck located?
The smash food truck at the bottom of my hill.
And who frequented the smash food truck?
Well, someone burned the damn bar down, and then the smash food truck went away. I'm not happy about it.
How many times did you smash it?
Every Tuesday night, my son and I would get a smash.
Okay, so there's another burger.
But
what about Five Guys?
That's years ago.
What about Five Guys?
You know what? I have to give myself a lot of credit. I stopped by Five Guys the other night, his final football game. I bought him the $32.50 Five Guy. I did not get a Five Guy.
I think that you should admit to the Ron and Don
Nation. I might have had a bite of his while I was waiting, but I did not have a Five Guy. There might have been a bite. There might have been a bite of a burger.
Just admit that you are a frequent burger eater. In your mind, you're not.
That's right.
But in reality, you're a frequent burger eater.
I think it's the way you are with ice cream.
Right.
You only have ice cream once in a while.
Which turns out to be a lot.
If you really put it on an app.
Right. If I'm tracking right now, you frequently have burgers.
Yeah.
But in your brain, you never have burgers.
I wasn't even going to talk about the burgers. I was going to talk about something completely different, and I'll do. You know what I'll do? Coming up in the third show this week, because I got in a confrontation.
Okay.
At the game that involved alcohol with. We're
gonna just double sidebar this.
Well, I feel like we got to finish the burger talk because he hangs up the phone, and so I'm standing there waiting for him to come back up. I have this expectation that he's.
Why would he come back up? He's at the seats.
That he's going to come back up, and then all of a sudden I hear a roar. I hear a roar of a crowd.
The pick
roar.
Six. Pick six.
Roar. The crowd is roaring, just roaring. It's an amazing play, and I'm now running around. I'm over by the cart, and then I'm looking up at the TV camera, and it already happened. Evidently, K9, who was not having a very good game, next thing you know, I think he ends up running for like 50 yards. So I'm standing by the cart. He never comes up. He never comes back up. So I'm like, I can't believe he's not come back up. So I went down and I sat by him. His burger is almost consumed, and he goes, "Hey, your burger's over there." And I'm like, "Well, but it doesn't have ketchup, mustard, and relish on it." This is what he says to me. This is what he says. And I've known this guy for years. I mean, I'm best friends with him. He goes, "Who cares? Who cares?"
It's a good point.
He says, "Who cares?" So I hand him my burger thinking, I got the seats. You got the burger. This is an incomplete burger. There's no condiments on this burger. He's over there eating a dry burger, and he's like, "You're right. These burgers could really use some ketchup and mustard and relish." He goes, "I thought they're already in there." He now grabs my burger. His hands are now on my burger. He's prying the burger apart to see if the ketchup, the mustard, and the relish in it, which they're clearly not. So I'm waiting for him. I have an expectation now that he's going to go up. He's going to get the condiments on the burger and bring it back to me. And he just hands it to me and he goes, yeah, I forgot.
Ron and Don's top 5 at 5.
Number 2.
Worst burger I've ever had at a Seahawk game.
So did you miss the pick six?
And I missed the pick six. Yeah. So
That's what you get.
Story number 2 in Ron and Don's top 5 at 5, brought to you by the Les Schwab Toy Drive. Now through December 15th. Get out there and drop off a toy. If you can't drop off a toy, don't forget Fox 13 Seattle. You can make a donation. So I'll talk more about my confrontation at the football game coming up on the Thursday edition of the Ron and Don Show. Airport lounges. Are you a airport lounge?
God.
I'm an airport lounge guy.
100%.
I love a good lounge.
Years. This is used to be a little more under the radar.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Now everybody thinks they're airport lounge
Could
people.
you read the whole airport lounge story? Because evidently this person who wrote the airport lounge story, I think for Variety Magazine, went to like 40 different airport lounges and then reported about every airport lounge that they went into. I got to like airport lounge number 9 and I'm like, this seems to be the same continuous
I
story.
get it. No, it's there's too many people with access.
What
now.
was the way?
So here's the thing on airport lounges. When you go to a major if you don't know about this, I don't even know if I want to publicize it. If you you go
Why
to
Why not?
Because there's too many people at the lounges now.
That is so selfish.
Oh my
of
God,
you.
it totally.
You are so selfish.
I'm trying to protect the lounge population.
You're trying to.
Yes.
Is there? You're trying to protect.
This is a travel perk. I'm going to say something controversial here. Not everybody deserves to be going to the lounge.
What are you
There's a lot of
talking
people.
You deserve to go in the lounge.
Yes.
Other people don't deserve
Yes.
to go in the lounge.
There are a certain class of people that are not lounge people.
What is their class?
They're a gate people.
Do you see me as a gay person or a lounge person?
You are a gate person for sure. 100%.
Oh my God!
You just complained about a burger topping for 15 minutes.
I did do
You
that.
stay out of the lounge.
That seems like a lounge person.
No, you're out-
A
you're-
lounge person would complain. A gay person would do what Joe did. And
No, you're a
he'd
gay
have his
person.
neck roll on.
You're going to be in the lounge complaining about the lounge.
Guy has millions in the banks, and he's sitting back there at row 69 by the bathroom because he get a good
Plus,
seat.
you don't
Puts
even
the neck roll on and goes to
you don't
sleep.
drink.
What?
80% of being in the lounge is an open bar.
That's true.
And so you go in the lounge. It depends on the airport, but there are several different lounges. Alaska Airlines has a lounge here. I don't have the membership to that lounge. It's too expensive. But certain credit cards will get you access, Sapphire lounges and that sort of stuff. And so it only works if you're at a layover for a minimum of 2 hours. If you have 2 hours or more, because it takes a minute to get in the lounge. Once you're in there, you want to find it. I was in a lounge. Where was I? I was in a lounge, and there's so many people getting in this freaking lounge.
Yeah.
And then there's no seats in the lounge.
Yeah.
So we got to keep lounging to a minimum because that's what makes it special. Is if you're going to pay all this money for lounge access, you want to go in there and have a good lounge experience. So I'm very pro lounge.
What are you doing in the lounge? What are you doing?
I'm getting a couple cocktails.
Okay.
I am getting some food at the buffet.
The food is never great in the lounge.
So in Europe they are.
Really?
Oh my God. It's great in Europe. You get in your lounge, you're going to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Chit chat with some other world travelers.
You're not a chit chatter.
Oh, I am in the lounge.
You are.
When I'm in lounge mode with free drinks, I am. You're definitely a gate person. Why would you think you're a lounge person?
Hey, I say the best lounge that I've been in is when I went to Iceland. Have you been to that lounge?
The Reykjavik one?
Yeah.
That's a good lounge.
That's a great lounge.
It's a very good lounge.
The food was great. And there you can be your own bartender. And boy, are people their own bartenders.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
And the Icelandic people, once they've had a few drinks and they're snowed in, I was stuck there on my last layover. I was stuck there for 9 hours, and I was with
That's great.
I was with my son.
Oh man, because they had a blast.
Yeah, they have lounges. They have lounge chairs in the lounge.
Of course.
So we were in there. We were taking naps, and we had. I think we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner in there.
The Madrid lounge is pretty special.
But then you can just go. Oh, is this the way it is in most lounges? You can just go open the fridge and grab a bottle of whatever you
You're
want
in the lounge.
and go sit down with the whole bottle.
So you don't even know the lounge rules. That's why you're a gate person. Go back to the gate, O'Neill.
All right, you guys. More on the other side of this. you guys, Ron and Don, reminding you a toy is so important for a child this holiday season. Yeah, that's why our friends at Les Schwab, they have put together this tremendous toy drive. They've done it for 30 years now, Ron, and they want to make sure that every child gets that toy, which is a symbol of joy and also a symbol that you have not been forgotten. That's right, 30 years now. Les Schwab has not forgotten kids. Together with your support and generosity, they've helped local kids feel the magic of the holidays.
Yeah, and this is the final week. I know everyone gets busy this time of year, and you've been thinking, yeah, I've been meaning to do this. I've been meaning to take an unwrapped toy to my local Les Schwab. It's just gotten away from me. I got so many parties to go to. This is the final week to donate. And so this makes an immediate difference for families right here in Seattle. So buy an unwrapped toy. Take it to Les Schwab. You can just drive up. You can even just roll down the window. Les Schwab will come out and grab that toy from you. This goes till the 15th of December here in the Seattle Les Schwab area. And so get an unwrapped toy and help a kid right here in our own community.
Yeah. We want you to hurry in today, donate that new unwrapped toy as we come together with small acts that create big joy. Yeah, from your friends at Les Schwab, who, well, you get more from Les this holiday season.
If you have a friend that is ready to start their real estate journey, send them to ronanddonsitdown.com.
Ron and Don's Top 5 at 5.
Number 3.
All right, let's get to story number 3 in Ron and Don's Top 5 at 5. They always talk about women's intuition, but I think we all have intuition, don't we? Have you ever felt intuition?
I have a strong sense of intuition.
Now, there's some science behind the fact that we might be, our intuition might come from things and memories that have happened in the future. Am I reading this right?
How can I say this without offending everybody? This story is complete BS.
Well, you already offended everyone calling them gate people and lounge people.
People that are gate people know they're gate people. Gosh. People that are bad drivers know they're bad drivers.
Yeah.
So that's not offensive.
I dated a girl that's a bad driver. She knows it.
Exactly.
She apologized when she gets in the car. She's like, hey, you may want to put 2 seatbelts on because I'm a pretty heavy breaker. And I get and she's like, and I get in a lot of accidents. Hopefully, I won't get in an accident with you in the car. And,
that wasn't offensive. There's this story. It's basically a repackaging of the idea of remote viewing, which was on the what was that guy's name? Art Teal show?
Art Linkletter.
Or no, the late night show on
Art
Cairo.
Teal, yeah,
Art Teal, the remote viewing, and then the possibility.
No, Art Teal's like a beat writer for the Seattle Times.
Art Bell. Art Bell.
Art Teal.
Art Teal was a columnist.
He's a sports writer.
Yeah, so Art Bell.
I like Art Teal better.
So the idea of remote viewing, or that in quantum mechanics, there's this new idea that possibly time is more fluid than we thought it was. But I think it's all confirmation bias. So the big one they give in the story example is this person that their father was going on a flight. They had a premonition that something bad was going to happen. The flight ended up having a crash. And so they then realized that, I was seeing a memory from the future. It's confirmation bias, because as many times, or probably 10 times more, that you have a premonition about something and it doesn't happen, you don't remember it when the plane doesn't crash. But when you have a premonition and something does happen, you go, oh my God, I had a premonition about this. And so I think I don't think it's a thing. I think people want it to be a thing. Here's where I always land on these things: ghosts and remote viewing and the paranormal things. If it's a phenomenon that can happen, you should be able to make it happen, or in a reliable way. If it's an unreliable thing, it's not a thing. It's just a coincidence. And number 2 is people that do this are nuts. It's just, they're crazy people. When they always do these ghost hunting shows.
I think Art Linkletter and Art Teal would agree with you.
Think the ghost hunting shows. Oh, we're spiritual. We're going to go catch these ghosts. They always go out in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And there's no electricity. Everybody's got a headlamp on. It's like, Dude, if ghosts are real, go on Tuesday afternoon at 1 p.m. and it'll be the same thing as going at 2 in the morning on a weekend on Halloween night.
And take your camera.
Right. It's just, it's unreliable. Did it resonate with you that, I got a future memory?
I saw a ghost one time when I lived in New Orleans, but I was pretty hammered, I think, when I saw the ghost. And I did see so you talk about confirmation bias. This is what I didn't know. Like I came home one night and I think I had a pretty good time from what I remember. Seems like it was a good time. So I went and I laid down, and I'm living in this old mansion, and the mansion had been carved up into the downstairs was one level and one apartment, and it was basically the main house. And then upstairs, this is a mansion too. It had 12.
It was a big house.
I think it had 12 fireplaces in it. And then upstairs were all apartments. And then out back, slave quarters, carriage house, and all that. Those are apartments too. So I came home one night, and I'm laying in bed, and I'm getting ready to go sleep. And I look over, and I see this staircase. And there's this African-American gentleman who, for some reason, I don't know what it was, but for some reason, his name's Otis. I don't know why that is, because the night's a little hazy. So I'm looking over there, and he's going up and down. He's going up and down the stairs, and I don't know exactly what he went. But I went out there, and I felt like I saw him. And then when I went out there, he disappeared. That's the only time it happened, but I was pretty convinced. And then what's really interesting is this picture, or this particular house now is on a historic registry in New Orleans. And I looked at the pictures of the house inside, and you can see where the stairwell used to be. And then you see some of the pictures. It is pretty eerie when you're living in a home, and then you see the slaves that used to live in that home, and you see African-American people standing out on the front stoop of that same home,
right.
The same stoop where I would go out there and have a Miller Lite. And these are slaves at that time that were working in that home. So I felt like I saw a ghost. I don't know what Otis wanted. I don't know why I call him Otis. But it was later on that I saw the stairwell, and the stairwell had been taken out to build these apartments. So I think that was the confirmation bias that you're talking about. And then I saw pictures of young and older African-American men and women that had worked in that house. And to me, for some reason, but I have to admit, I was a few Bud Lights in.
Ron and Don's Top 5 at 5.
Number 4.
What were you going to say?
Nothing.
You moved on?
Yes.
Okay. I think you're going to be talking about this coming up in Friday's show. Story number 4, why boomers are so rich and why their kids may not be. You're going to talk about this, and I think you've charted this out. What are you going to be talking about on Friday?
Yeah, so we can tease this, and I would recommend watching the video. So it's going to be a new episode of Ron Explains. I'm working on a jingle with AI. It's not dialed in yet.
How's it go?
Well, I have Matt off the mic was AI generated.
Let's hear that one.
He's mad off the mic behind the scene, don't you know? It's mailbag time on the Ron and Don show.
Shorter.
It's mad off the mic behind the scene, don't you know? It's mailbag time on the Ron and Don show. It's mad off the mic.
I really like it.
It's a good song.
I kind of want to have a dance.
So I don't have the...
Is that AI singing it too?
It's AI singing it.
Did you have to sing it? And then
No. They come with the whole thing.
It just made it.
Yep. I typed out the lyrics and then put it in there. So I need to do a Ron Explains thing. But on Friday's edition of Ron Explains, and this is actually very interesting, there was a story, and I need to give a shout out to who created it. I'll look that up. I don't remember exactly who did this study. But they talk about the share of wealth in America based on age category and in 4 specific categories of assets, and the reason why that is and the difficulty going forward if you are 40 or under now. And so I encourage everyone to watch it on Friday, because I think there's going to be some real insightful moments of how we got here right now and where we're going to go going forward and what the game plan can be, because specifically the largest store of wealth in America for your average American is real estate. And it's a really fascinating.
It's incredible how much real estate boomers own. Not being a dad, but being like an uncle to my son, and and you've been a big brother, big sister program and a coach and all that. So you're close to kids. What would you tell someone that's listening to this show right now? You know, I think when you and I went to college, a semester at the University of New Mexico was like $1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that.
It was $1,500.
Might have been less than
$1,500.
that.
Yeah. And then you had books, and most of the money you were spending was kind of on your rent and food and gas and all that stuff. So fast forward, my son and I were looking the other day at just state colleges here, in-state tuition. If you can get into the University of Washington, you have to have a 3.83 grade point average on average. They a while ago they said they're not looking at test scores. Yes, they are. They're looking at test scores. And then on
You
top,
have to have 0 earlobe creases.
yeah, and then also they want you to be really. They look at the school that you come from. So the fact
Can
that
I
he's
guess? Because I have no idea. Is it more or less than $20,000 a year?
a lot more.
More than this tuition, or is that
No.
room and board and
If you're
tuition?
going to take tuition, books, and you're going to live on campus your first year, it's close to 40, and you could easily spend 45. Wow. At the University of Washington.
That's crazy.
If you go down the road to Pullman, and the reason why a lot of people go down to Pullman, which is still a very good school, you don't have to have a 3.83, but you still need to have between a 3.3 and a 3.5 to get into that school.
WSU is a great school
It
for
is-
a lot of kids.
Yeah, and you know what? The tuition is still in the 30s for the first year.
That includes books and room and board, though. And
If you live there, if you're
Right.
living off campus, that's different.
still out of
so
pocket.
so I really feel you go out and you get an education, and then you walk out and you're competing with AI, which a lot of kids are competing with now. I mean, good luck. You just buried yourself in debt to get your education. At least when you go and you become a journeyman or you become a plumber or electrician, you can walk out and immediately work and start bringing in dough, and you're not paying $40,000 a year. What are your thoughts on as we think about the share of assets? For me, I think if my son wants to go to school, and we're talking about that now, we're going to start visiting schools here. My concern is that you're going to have this big ball of debt, and you're never going to be able to dig your way out of that.
For kids right now, I
What would you
think
say to 'em?
the biggest thing is I think you should be willing to move to start somewhere. So in other words, if you're a kid in Washington State and you come out of them and you go, oh, I don't want to leave the Seattle metro area and I'm going to build wealth. I don't think that's possible when you're 24 or 25 years old now.
If you don't get a
22.
boost.
And if you don't get a boost. So in my mind, I would say be willing to go, okay, I'm going to go have a 5-year plan. I'm going to go buy some real estate, start a life in a different city, in a different state that's more affordable, and then fix that thing up and flip that. And my eventual plan is to come back here. You have to be willing to go where the opportunity is and then come back. I think right now there's a lot of folks that are not willing. They go, oh, I get that in theory, but I'm not willing to actually go and do the thing and come back for a variety of reasons. So that would be my first thing is like, go to where the opportunity is, capitalize on the opportunity. And then if you want to come back to Seattle, great. But like you have no birthright to say, I'm going to go to school here and have a career here and build exactly what my family built
That's a good
now
point.
because things have changed.
Yeah. Well, and we're going to talk more about this on Thursday's show. You have some older parents like me that have gone into extreme debt and now can't afford to retire because they have paid for their kids' education, and now their kids are up against AI because they went out and got a degree that doesn't necessarily create a job opportunity for them. And if you're not an entrepreneur and you're expecting to have a check every 2 weeks, that's really different. And a lot of people aren't entrepreneurs. You're just not, right? I do think, though, like we're working right now on his side hustle of getting a side hustle going to find out if he is an entrepreneur. And I think we're at a point right now in our economy, especially for kids, if you're not going to get a boost from your parents or grandparents, you got to start side hustling at a very young age, and you have to start investing at a very young age. And that is the one thing that you do have on your side. There are tools right now that are in the hands of kids called their phone. And if they jump on and they create a Fidelity account for themselves, or they jump on and they
Even
open
a
up
Robinhood
a
account.
Robinhood account, you can start investing money now that is going to build some incredible wealth for you when you get older, and let's say Social Security is not viable. What we're seeing in this country right now is pensions. All those people that didn't get pensions and they got 401ks, a lot of that pension money is beginning to run out as we kind of age, and that's one of the reasons why, and again, we'll talk about this on Thursday, you would not believe the amount of 80-year-olds in this country right now that have had to go back to work. Some because they want to, many because they have to.
So full episode of Ron Explains with visuals and a big chart on Friday's Real Estate Only show.
All right, more in a minute. Is that it?
Nope, more in a minute.
Story 5? Oh, story 5 on the other side of this. Let's do it.
Thanks for being a part of the Ron and Don Nation. Subscribe to the Nation News at ronanddonsitdown.com. A behind-the-scenes look at everything Ron and Don.
Ron and Don's Top 5 at 5.
Number 5.
All right, story number 5 on the Ron and Don Show. We're about to have some very special guests visit us. I'll start first, and then you start because I know you've been working on a very special guest. A couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, Rachel Bell had a party. Her and Tina Knoll used to work at Cairo together. I was talking to Totally Tina yesterday. That was her name on the Disney Channel. And then she came. She was Dave Ross's producer and then our producer at Cairo. And now she's doing great things in the podcast world. That party that we went to, yep. I didn't know, because I had a lot of people from Cairo say, hey, wasn't I invited? And I said, I don't know why you weren't invited. But a lot of times when I don't get invited to a party and I see other people at the party having fun, I just I'm happy that people are having fun. I got a lot of people, the old Cairo people, going, well, why must be nice, or why didn't you invite me? I'm like, the reason we didn't invite you because the way that you're reacting right now to other people having fun without you, and you should be able to look at that and go, hey, some of my old Cairo chums, I'm glad they're having a nice time.
P.S. You can host a party.
Yeah. So anyway, what Rachel wanted to do is actually have a party and a celebration of all the, because I think it was
Rachel had a party of the people that she met when the first time she came to Cairo.
First time, yeah, that initially worked in the newsrooms.
Right.
So that's what the party was. So it was really great to see Dave Ross there. Dave Ross, our morning man, CBS commentary on Cairo for decades. He ended up retiring. He's built now a family compound up in Linwood, taking care of the babies, doing all that stuff. Anyway, I said, hey, would you like to come on? He said, I'd love to come on. So next week, Dave Ross is going to join us in these very chairs. I don't think he's done a podcast or spoken with anyone since he left Cairo. So I'm excited to kind of talk to him, see what grandpa life is like, see what he's up to. And he was the kind of guy where I never thought he was going to be able to walk away from that job. He just loved it so much and was so great at it. So I wonder, because he's very theatrical and he's very introverted when you see him, but as soon as you put him in front of a microphone, that the extrovert stuff just comes out.
Right.
And you see it on stage too, right?
Gilbert and Sullivan, yeah.
Yeah, because he's an actor. But the Gilbert and Sullivan, that's not happening anymore either. So I'm wondering for him, where does that go? Does that lie dormant? That where you have to be expressive or share your thoughts or ideas, or
we should have him on and ask him that.
We're gonna find out. You're also working on a really cool real estate guest, and this is a guy that in the real estate world, people love him all over the country. He's very well known.
There's a couple of people I'm working on. When you brought up Dave, I'm reaching out to Tom Tangney. Because he still does. He was a national award-winning film critic.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch as many films as he did when he was a critic.
Let's get him in here.
We had a good conversation the other day about Philip Seymour Hoffman. So I was like, man, this should be on the podcast. So I'm going to reach out to Tom. I will have to pick him up though, because he still does not have a driver's license.
He shouldn't. Yeah.
And so he's never going to have a driver's license.
I thought he was going to move to Paris and live in Paris.
Well, they had a grandbaby too. So you can ask him about that.
Okay.
And then I'm currently booking Matthew Gardner, who for many years he's from England. I think he might have gone to Oxford. He's a trained economist. For a while, he was the head economist for Windermere Real Estate. He's no longer doing that. He travels around the country and speaks at large conferences and is a guest speaker and does some other things. So I've been in touch with Matthew because I want to bring him on here to train us up in how to think about the economy. economy, how to think. The thing I like about him is he understands the economy with a capital E, and then he also understands Washington only in Pacific Northwest specific, because it is very different here, the economic factors. So I'm in communication with Matthew. We're going to be booking him to come in and sit in on the Ron and Don show.
Yeah, we're going to try to get Jim Dever and Kim Holcomb from Evening Magazine. They're doing something now called Upper Lefters. Jim was in here a couple weeks ago, and when you were out, Jim was in. Their Upper Lefters is really blowing up. It's doing really well.
You also have good chemistry.
Yeah, great. Doing a great job. So we're going to see if we can get them back here and here as well. So, hey, you guys, thanks for listening to this episode of the Ron and Don Show. We appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're listening to us right now before December 15th, 2025, which you know a lot of you are, there's a toy drive going on right now.
Yeah, the Celeste Schwab toy drive with Q13 Seattle. And so go ahead, if you have the opportunity, buy a new toy and unwrapped. You don't have to wrap it. Take it to your local Les Schwab. That toy stays in our community, and it gets donated to a kid that probably wasn't going to get a toy this year. And so to my mind, it's one of the best things.
Stop by any Les Schwab store. If you can't do that, as Ron said, and they dropped the Q. Did you know that? So it's Fox 13 Seattle. You can go online. You can buy a toy, donate a toy. You can give money if you'd like to do that. And then the cool thing is we're going to be there December 15th. They're going to go down south, Showware Center. They bring in all the cool Les Schwab trucks. All these guys carry the toys down there, and they gather all the toys. It really is a protect. In fact, Jim Dever's going to be there from Upper Lefters.
Nice.
They're going to do a story on it. So we're looking forward to that. Also, don't forget, in the real estate realm, if you're looking for a buyer's playbook, a seller's playbook, what is that? Because you help write these. What are
it's a short guide that I wrote you about basically our game planning approach with someone. We do a custom game plan with you, but there's some principles that apply to just about everybody. I wrote them. We give them away for free because we want to educate people and not just throw a contract in front of you and say, sign this.
Yeah. And if you're new to real estate, you really want to read these books. They're ebooks. You can sit down 20 minutes. Unless you're Ron or I, even though we wrote them, it takes us like an hour and a half to read our own books. But it'll probably take you 20 minutes and a cup of coffee. So thanks for listening, you guys. We really appreciate it. Our thanks to Matt and Grace, my son Gunner, our good friend Charlie the dog. He's Ron, I'm Don. Until next time, watch what I do here. You've been listening to the Ron and Don Show only on the Great Pacific Northwest Network. What do you think?
I'll have to workshop that a little bit. To be honest.
On the Ron and Don Radio Network?
We'll see.
Matt, what do you think on the Ron and Don Radio
Does
Network?
not have the ring that Ron and Don Radio Network has.
On the Ron and Don Radio Network. Okay.
Thanks for listening to the Ron and Don Show. Please hit subscribe.